Turns out it's not so cold here in Dallas today. I thought it was freezing. I went outside and not really. I've been thinking about this problem that I have, that I've kind of realized over the past year or so, that I don't dream as big as I used to. I used to have wildly huge dreams, and I would come up with ideas for new things every single day, and I would tell my wife them all the time. But lately, I find that I don't dream like that. I don't think of these huge solutions to huge problems, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One, at least in the past year, I've really been focused on space-time and solving my clients' problems. So, running a business, running space-time, that is my big problem to solve, and solving problems for my clients. So that's kind of taken my main focus. But I think the other reason that I've stopped dreaming huge dreams is because I've been learning more and more about design and development and front-end development and back-end development. And so I can build my own apps now, simple apps. And that's great, because that's the goal, right? Is to know how to build whatever it is you can dream up. But as I've learned how to do certain things, my primary focus is on front-end development with HTML, CSS, Sass, JavaScript, and I do some Ruby on Rails. Now whenever I'm thinking of ideas, I compare it to what I know how to do, which isn't that much. I could build simple CRUD-based apps, really. I could build something like Twitter or Pinterest, where people can create and edit and share content. But I don't personally know how to do larger programming functionality type things. That's what other people on my team are for. So anytime that I have an idea, I start comparing it to, well, do I know how to do that? Or can I learn how to do that pretty easily and implement it? And that has really put a damper on how large I let myself dream. So when I'm thinking of ideas or thinking of problems to solve, I'm thinking in the realms of what I understand already versus what I'm willing to invest time in, learn, and tackle, despite the fact that I don't know how to do certain programming things to make challenging, to build challenging solutions for big problems, or get into industries or fields that I don't know a lot about, like, say, finance or shipping. So I'm really thinking about, how do I reverse that? How do I reverse my small thinking and get back to dreaming of how to solve big problems? And I don't completely know. I think one thing I might try to do is just get back to coming up with ideas, even dumb ideas. I actually started doing that a while back with my friend James, where we had a free WordPress blog on WordPress.com, and we just would list problems and ideas as often as we could, and we did it, for a few weeks and posted every day, but then we just fell off the map and didn't do it anymore. So I'm thinking I might try to do something like just write down 10 ideas a day. I've heard that kind of suggestion. Might try that for this week. And another way, I'm thinking about reverse engineering ideas. So instead of trying to come up with an idea, oh, I'm going to build an app that does X to solve problem Y for this type of customer, I'm going to start looking at a breakdown of what industry types there are, what types of problems those industries have, and if I have any insight on how that problem can be tackled. So, for instance, let's think of some industries. So there's the medical industry, and these are just very high level. Medical, shipping, energy, pharmaceuticals, consulting services, education. So that's just kind of what I mean, is like starting up at the top and then trickling down. So, okay, now education, let's break education down. There's traditional education as far as schools, K through 12, there's graduate education, there's online education, there's education for just learning skills, all that type of thing. So how can I break these down into smaller ideas or smaller pieces that may spark an idea? I think the other way is to look at what people are doing. So there's a website that I like to check out. It's called index.co, and it's basically a compilation of a lot of startups and businesses, and tracks like some of their history and some of the news, some of the statistics like how much funding they've raised and what type of market they're in and who they're acquiring. I think that's a pretty good way to kind of see where they're moving and what investors and what consumers are interested in. So lately, I've seen a lot of movement on artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, and energy. Those are all very big things. But I think looking at something like index.co and just reviewing some of the companies that already exist, you don't have to copy a company, copy their business, but it might just looking at different businesses and what they do and offer might spark some ideas. So I'm going to do that as well. And so here's to December, and here's to thinking big. I'm looking forward to 2017. It's right around the corner. Who knows what's going to happen then? Peace.